Hello everyone. Today I am going to make another Halloween design, and for this one I am going to make a realistic moon kind of background and just some Halloween elements from this vector pack here. So for this one I am going to use this moon here. This is a PNG image. I can easily use that, you can see. So before using that I need to make sure that it is a PNG image without any background. So I am erasing that background. This part I will not need. So first of all I need to make some adjustment in the level area. Here you can see I can increase or decrease the amount of black and white in my design, just like this. Now I can again use my threshold option here to increase or decrease the amount of black in this design. Okay, so this will work for me. Now I am going to copy this one. Okay, this is a software called paint.net. I am using this is a free software, you can download them. So for this one here, first of all I need this texture of this moon, so that's why I take this image. I am now making a silhouette image from here. Okay, maybe a bit less texture. Okay, this will work for me. This is now my moon texture, so I need a real ellipse here to make a similar design. Like if I just change the color here, it will be visible. I can see it better now. I am just adjusting it with the roundness of my original moon design here. Okay, you can see this is now looking like a real moon. So I am going to add some texture here, some gradient color here. So I am going to use my gradient tool here to select something like this orange and yellow kind of colors, but I want it in radial mode, that means in circular mode, not in linear mode. So I am increasing this. The more I go to right, it will make this white color bigger and this orange color smaller at the side. Okay, so that will work for me now. Now I need to make this texture here kind of this orange color, but or maybe this yellow color, but not in this much opacity. I am going to decrease the opacity here, just to give it a real moon kind of feel. So I am just grouping them, as I don't need to make any changes here. Okay, now the rest will be my this part work here. You can see I can simply use this one maybe. Okay, not that one. I am going to use some hands from here, this 4 maybe. So if I just place them, now I need to adjust their space between them. So I am using this horizontal distribute space option. It will give me a option to use them like this. Okay, so this is now just going to be a background of my. Okay, before that I need to make a ground kind of, that is because there is that texture is already on there. Okay, so I need to make it like this, and I can always change this anchor points because I don't want too much curve here, just a little bit. So this will work for me now. Okay, that will be okay for me. Now I am going to place these hands here, not just like them, maybe in a bit smaller and bigger size. This one I want to keep bigger, this one maybe a bit smaller, so that it will look like these bigger hands are in closer position to viewer, and these smaller hands are in distance position, like this. So for that one here, I just want to make something like it's a zombie or graveyard background. So I'm just going to take this one, and maybe another one, this one here, just to place them inside my design. I can simply take this one. Again, my position of my vectors, size of my vectors will define that which one is closer and which one is in distance. So I'm just going to place them something like that. Just placing them as the space here. Okay, that will work for me. Now this is just going to be a background of my design. I'll add some text later there, but for now on I am just going to use some elements here just to represent a zombie background or a Halloween kind of background. I want to make it look this facing. Okay, so this is now my background is ready. Now I need to, okay, maybe I can just, I don't like this open areas, so I'm going to place some more elements there. Like you can see these trees here, this one is really good, so I'm going to take that one. Okay, I was working all night, it's almost 5 a.m. here. I am making this video because I didn't manage to make one earlier. I had a lot of works today, so something like this will work for me. Now the reason I am putting these trees here is because I don't want to leave it like a complete round shape from this area, so I am just going to place them like this. Okay, when placing like that, I need to make this image a bit smaller so that it doesn't overlap with my trees here. Okay, so this one is good, and again I am going to use same effect in on this side, so I can simply reflect it. Okay, like this. Just I want to hide this edge of this circle here, so if I just make this one a bit smaller here, it will give it a feel like this one is in really distance. Okay guys, so this is now my final design. I am just going to select everything here except this moon background. So everything here in black is now selected. Okay, maybe before that I just want to make sure that this which vector is not overlapping with my trees. Yeah, that is good. Now if I select everything and shift click here, it will deselect that moon shape, so I am going to cut it all. Now I am selecting my moon shape here. If I double click and open this transparency panel, and I can paste in front, now it will give me a look like this is completely a transparent background here. But for these areas here, I don't want this area or this area to be visible, so I am going to just use my shape builder tool here to make these gaps of these trees in fill mode, so that will give me a look like this area is completely gone. So okay, so this is now my final design. So I am going to use a black background for this, and that will give me a idea that how it will look on a original t-shirt or a printed t-shirt. Now I can simply add some text here. Okay, I'm going to add a this is a famous Halloween quote. I can add this: be afraid, be very afraid. So this is going to be my text here. Actually, I get an order on Fiverr and I made a design for him, but not this exactly same design, but yeah, something similar to this. So that's why I wanted to share with you guys this technique here, how to make a realistic texture in your design. Okay, so this one is, I'm going to just place it something like this because I don't want anything to, okay, here I can still see some problems. You can see this area. Okay, that will not fix like that, but I can use my pen tool here to use a shape here, to draw a shape here that will hide that part. Now this is my text here and I am going to apply this same gradient in my text. So I am going to take my eyedropper, pressing I on my keyboard. If I click on here, it will make it that exact same kind of gradient for this one here. Okay, so this is good for me. Okay, now maybe I can do some changes here, like this one is in radial, so if I make it linear gradient, it will work better for me, just like this. Okay, that is good for me. Now another thing I want to share with you guys here, that is how to make a, okay, how to use that gradient effect for some more elements, like maybe I just can use a pumpkin there because pumpkin is always a Halloween element. So I'm going to use this one and this one, maybe these two, but I am not going to directly use them. Okay, so I'm going to select them here. I'm just going to use this empty space, this white space in this design. So I'm selecting that pumpkin here. I am pressing K on my keyboard, that will give me live pen bucket tool, and if I press alt in my keyboard and click here, it will sample that exact gradient, and if I just fill it with that gradient, it will feel like that. Now again selecting this one, pressing K, alt clicking here to sampling that color. Now this one. Okay, so when we apply live paint effect here, this is a group now, so I need to expand them, and once they are expanded, they can be easily removable. Like I can easily remove this black colors from here. I don't need that, I just need this, sorry for that. I just need their this mouth and eye effect in that gradient mode. Okay, this one I didn't expand it. If I just remove it, it will be like this. Now I can simply take this one here and use that one in my design like this. Okay, as I told you before that I don't want anything to be outside of my design area, so that will be make my designs wise a bit bigger. Okay, so this will work for me. Now this is going to be my final design, or maybe just I can fix this one like this in a smaller size, of course. Okay guys, so it takes time always to make a perfect design. Okay guys, so this is now my final design. I am going to finalize it, and this is I just share with you because this kind of realistic texture is really hard to make. Now I make everything in a group, and if I take any kind of vectors like this branch texture here, you can see if I copy this, I gave you this one already, so I can select this one here, this total group here, then I can use the transparency panel, and if I paste it here, it will look good. And I can of course make something like this. I can use it once, but that will make that effect a bit larger. Okay guys, so this is now my final design. I hope you enjoyed this one also, and you can really use this kind of images to make realistic textures, and they are totally copyright free. You will never face any problem using them. So thank you everyone, see you in the next video, have a great time.